Welcome everyone. I guess this is the first elimination bracket match, right? The first one that actually
Yeah.
got scheduled and everything.
First
Yeah.
one streamed, yeah.
Yeah.
So whoever loses here, unfortunately, must go home, and unfortunately, both of them are playing Goblin Slayer. So we're gonna have to say
Oh, no.
goodbye to one of them. You guys have anything to say before we just get this rolling?
Both of these are.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Carmen.
Oh, okay, if there are 4 Goblin Slayers in the tournament, unfortunately, we'll be down to 3 after this game. Vince has probably the most non-standard Goblin Slayer list entered in the event. It is Shot Standby with the Dwarf finisher, so that's pretty hype. And Jack notably has the most unique cards of any deck in the event. He has 24 unique cards, including climaxes. It is the most amount. So he's a lot of tech to answer a lot of different situations. So I'm really interested to how this mirror plays out, although it's not really a mirror.
Yeah. You have anything, Dean? I guess not. All right. I guess we'll just jump into the match then. Let me switch over here and let them know to
I
go.
don't think Dean is very hyped for Goblin Slayer.
All right, you guys can start. All right, here.
So Vince running a 4 line of the Chaser. He's probably looking to open with that. We'll probably see that come down. Ditching 3 here in opening hand.
Oh, is this full max rarity?
Maybe.
Oh, that's cool. That's exciting.
I am a big fan of the Waffle House playmat.
Yeah, it's so hype.
Gotta give credit where credit's due. But Vince's sleeves are also pretty good.
Yeah, I do love those.
I'll play my priestess. Effect. Mill 1, Mill 2. Then direct. 2.
Cancel.
Yep. Plus.
Draw clock.
People
Doesn't-
actually run the priestess card Vince currently fielded.
Yeah, I think it's really good in the shot builds, right? Extra stock.
I think the stock really helps your to try to get double dwarf online. This dwarf is fairly stock heavy.
You mill 2, and if you hit a level 2 or higher, goes to stock.
Yes, correct.
Play this in front of that.
Slams down Rize. Is
Hmm.
he's
You know what?
play.
I will.
I guess that's it.
Ooh. This is I think one of the most destructive like first plays that you can do if you're going second as Goblin Slayer, if you're running yellow, is Chaser and Runner. Because you get to order that interaction however you want. You get to create some pretty nasty board states. It's a little bit worse now that it's a mirror, right? But-
So he avoided attacking the priestess. I'm a little curious as to why you would do that. The priestess getting a free attack doesn't seem to be too value there.
Maybe he doesn't want to deal with the Snotqua this turn. Just trying to like figure out the thought process here.
Yeah, but now the problem is like that card gets to live another turn and like just generate more advantage for him.
Yeah, it definitely depends how what
'Cause-
Jack's hand looks like, right? Like
Well, the problem is he fielded a character that could have killed it. That's kind of like where I'm coming from here.
On sticks. You have 7 cards all reversed. I'll take the effect.
Will he resolve Rize here? Let's find out. Yep, he goes for it.
3.
Yep.
Take this.
looks at all 3,
Pitch.
grabbing Goblin Slayer level 1.
What was the other card that you milled?
So I milled a gate.
Jack does have the advantage of having a co-pilot and his cat, Coco the Weiss cat,
I will take
who's on the bill with him.
3.
It's pretty cheating, but all right.
Yeah.
2, 3 sticks.
I'll pulse.
Eats the 3.
Encore. Draw.
So interestingly, Jack can't really actually level himself to level 1 this turn, unless he chooses to do some dank sword maiden plays.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of stuck here for a little bit and has to just play the level 0. Yeah, that is not level 0, my friend.
Play her.
There he goes.
And
Notably, both Goblin Slayer lists not running any of the Ricky.
discard
Yeah.
torch.
But yeah, I hope we get to see that board that I was referencing at some point in this best of 3 here. That board is really, really nasty.
And
But depends how people might not have seen it. The amount of people who choose to tech yellow in the more traditional Goblin Slayer lists pretty low.
And grab True Bond.
So he's opting to double salvage here. So he grabbed the Cowgirl promo and the Rize.
Play ordinary piece.
So
Hmm.
if he's going to choose to Tri-Field here, I'm going to guess not. Well, if he doesn't have the gate, that's actually really, really good.
Draw.
Because now he just gets to add it straight to hand. Yep.
Ditches a 1/0 Priestess for it.
And
That's fine. If he has a counter in hand, nothing
you
that
Yeah.
Vince can do at level 1 really is a threat. So I think that's perfectly fine.
Jack does run 2 counters and 2 of the Priestess back row, so it's possible he has a copy of one of those 4 cards, other than the one he ditched.
And I cannot side the chaser, correct?
No, you have to front this.
Fortunately, he's only going to be able to kill one thing on Vince's board, and that chaser's going to get to live a turn.
Okay, so I'm going to side here for one.
Yeah, Chaser plus is here.
Cancel.
Cancel first attack.
Yep.
And we will frontier because I have to for one.
Yep.
Jack does not trigger soul.
I'll pass.
Interestingly enough, he sided the priestess. I think this is just a straight up mistake. That priestess has been able to generate 2 extra stock and now possibly 3 extra stock for Vince. So this is not really. I'm not really a fan of this line of play.
There's no real reason to play a game of chicken with the Snotqua effect, right? You just attack into it last, or, well, it's contextual based on your opponent's deck state, but early in first deck, typically you attack into it last.
You don't let it live because I think Yue Peng actually made a video on this a while ago. The card is constantly building advantage for Vince. Like, he doesn't have to field extra attackers or anything, and it's the one stock he could have gotten it from it is like just constantly being built by it living on board and
And here's
attacking.
another one.
So yeah.
And we just saw, like, with his salvage there, he gets to sculpt for level 1 as opposed to, like, trying to find a third attacker if he did not have one.
Yeah.
Throws down an additional card just so. Wait, no, he's not running gate.
I
many
think
cards
he's
did he
slamming
have?
here and he's going. I think he's trying to push damage now that Jack has shown that he's a couple climaxes out.
Yeah. I'm just interested as to why he threw down the runner.
He's good.
He may have been over hand size.
Possibly. I wasn't counting the number of cards in his hand. That's on me. But even with playing the climax,
Cancel.
Hasn't actually lost a card on the board yet.
Jack cancels. Second attack.
Cancel.
I'll pass.
Save.
Cancels
Cancel
again.
all of it.
1/1.
That's very, very good.
And
This is a pretty ideal, like, amount of damage for the Priestess deck to have at level 1.
Yeah.
Both colors available. Clock's move torch.
you have 5
He only
Uh,
runs 1. He runs the 1/3 split, the more common
cards in deck.
torch split.
We have been seeing a lot of just 4 mill torches in this tournament. So yeah, he's still, the old 3-1.
See what he does here. Open board. 2 Goblin Slayer level 1s. Good start. He's got the SRs.
Yes.
Got the hip thrust.
It's pretty weak. I don't even see the World's promo art on there.
Yeah, he did have another, or drew another Priestess back row. Very good. Jack assigns power buff to both Goblin Slayers. Wouldn't it be more optimal to buff
yeah.
center lane and attack there first?
Buff center lane, but I guess he's not too
Well,
concerned.
in a blind environment, yes. However, Vince does not run any counters, so it does not matter.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be scared of too much.
Okay.
A lot of plays change their context based on full knowledge of deck list. It's a really interesting format that we have here. We don't get to see that sort of playmaking happen where you know your opponent's whole deck list. You know what you're playing around.
Yep. Eats the 3 there. I'm wondering if he's gonna side again.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. I think you just clear here.
Right? Yeah. Well, depending on Vince is only out 5, so I think fronting here is probably better to try to like hopefully like see if the priestess can mill a few cancels, right?
Ideally, yes.
I
He did
guess he
side.
side there. Okay. Triggers a pants, grabs a pants. Okay, I guess he's. I don't know if you're supposed to grab pants there. Honestly, I think
Vince eats it
would have
all.
been better. Yeah.
Oh my god, Vince is level 2 already. Man,
Yeah.
this side war going on is a bit much for me.
Yeah.
Do you think Vince at any point is just gonna play over it? The Snot Aquas then basically?
Vince was only out 5 there, and he ate an entire level of damage.
I think he might have like 2 in hand.
Very possible.
He probably has a standby in hand here, right? If he's able to ditch like some cards without oh, he's just opting to brainstorm, sure. Hits 1.
I was about to say.
Refreshing 5, that's really rough.
Vince's only ditch out between 0 and 1 is the Drop Searcher, the 2 of Drop Searcher.
Yeah.
He does not have the costless ditch, like the double ditch Cowgirl or the Cowgirl promo. He does not have access to that form of ditch, so he's just going to brainstorm it out here.
Interestingly enough, though, that Vince did hit Witch on the brainstorm. So if he is holding a standby, which I'm assuming he is, he's actually going to be able to just slam standby and play down that Witch if he wants to in the back row, and that can start scrying for him and putting in a lot of work.
Yeah, that might be one of the ways he comes back into this game after eating that whole level there.
Yeah,
that's really bad when Priestess is, you're on a clock. Priestess is going to come down eventually.
Also, just be thinking that he might not have to expand any more like resources in hand, right? I'm assuming he's going to grab the free fresh promo here, and Jack just went dark.
Ooh, Jack's camera randomly died.
Jack has a very unique camera setup using a GoPro, so we will hold here, freeze game state.
Jack, is your camera all right? Oh, there it is. Okay.
There we go. Everything looks to be the same, as expected. Vince, unfortunately, refreshing a climax with only 5 in deck.
Now it's technically 4.
Yeah.
It's a
Yikes.
Yeah. Wonder what play he's going to go for here. He's overplaying one of the priestesses for the drop search. I'm not sure as to why.
Well, that is a when the card hits waiting room.
Oh, is it?
Too, not on reverse, like Snotqua. So he's able to sequence these.
Yeah.
He's able to sequence these effects however he wants. So he's going to remove. Interesting. Okay, so he does remove a level 2. Statistically, I would think if you were searching for a level 2, you would want to mill first, but maybe he is prioritizing this bomb to clear some
He's
priestesses.
grabbing it since Jack grabbed the pants. He wants to be able to just clear those priestesses off the board whenever Jack decides to play it down.
No, so these are all separate.
Interestingly, so he does get the free stock here.
Yeah,
Or higher.
he's I have them muted now so that we can commentate and not run each other over, but I believe they're discussing how does this work. He does get to order these however he wants. So they're all simultaneous auto effects. So he gets to mill, send it to stock. Oh wait, Yes. Yeah, that is how the effect works, because it's when the card goes from waiting room. So it does work that way.
Unfortunately, the really sad part is Vince is still not able to do anything to Jack's board. Jack's board is still like 1k over everywhere. So even like the Priestess drop search does nothing at this point.
So he moved that to the back row because he's going to probably play Stand by the Stern, correct?
Yeah, and I'm assuming that's probably a level 2, so that he can guaranteed stock if he plays over it.
This is actually super interesting because he does get to resolve the Priestess effect too. This is really cool interaction with the shot standby deck.
He is opting to man mode. I can respect this. Oh,
And it
no.
hits.
Well, no, of course it hits because he left the card on.
Yeah,
top.
he knew. Yeah.
Yeah. The unfortunate part is he milled a climax there, that's a big yikes.
He now has...
He has to side this board, which is very, very unfortunate. Because he's still losing in every single... Oh, he canceled on the top. I'm assuming he's siding
here.
For, okay. Oh, he's just
Jack
gonna
torching here. Taking Brainstorm. He does not have it yet. Likely,
Mills
so.
clean. True good play.
Milky sense, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Takes it anyway.
I'm assuming he's going to choose to bomb him.
3, 4, 5, 6.
How many of them are gay?
Yeah, he didn't trigger soul here, so he did front.
Are 3 of them?
Asking Jack how many he's out.
2 resurrections showing.
Discussing Grave.
How many cards are there?
Resurrection? Let me just check.
I'm actually really interested as to the man mode play there,
How many?
as opposed to damage scry after refreshing a climax. I think I'd be too spooked there. I would definitely throw down the damage scry.
He has faith in his deck.
Sometimes you gotta believe.
Yeah.
He is playing the strongest deck in this tournament. I believe in Vince.
Wait, what happened there?
Crashing.
Wait, how did Jack take a damage there?
These. And
Kid, can you ask them how
Yeah,
like
okay, 1 second.
what the current situation is? Yeah. Because Vince didn't hit a soul trigger on that attack if he sided, so I don't know
Really
why there would
quick.
be a
Wait,
damage.
Vince, you sided with the level 1 bomb or no?
No, this is the front. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I forgot that I forgot to resolve it because of the.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to go ahead and resolve it right now then?
Yeah. It should
Okay.
be a bomb, sorry.
yeah, I think we both thought it, but neither of us said it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
reversed,
Good.
yes.
Yeah.
That's what I expected.
Which is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One, two, three.
I'll just go from your left to right.
Okay. So, I'll take my refresh first.
So Jack gets, I think, a somewhat decent refresh. I think he refreshed 6 there, correct? Unless I missed something. I guess he refreshed 5 now.
Yeah, it seems so.
And then
Yeah.
Um,
Jack's got them foils, man. That deck's pretty foiled out. Unfortunately, on Encore decks, we do not have the ability to put higher rarities in, so we don't know how foiled everyone's decks are. But Goblin Slayer has some really nice looking cards.
don't know.
Yes.
yeah, we will not block here.
Sure.
All right, so this is kind of why I think advocating for the grabbing the gate off of the pants was a better play here. Just because, like, I don't think, since he's playing against shot standby, I don't think you can always reasonably expect to just get randomly pushed to level 2 there, unless your opponent hits like a bunch of soul triggers and you just don't cancel. So, like, if he had the gate here as opposed to pants, he could combo again and put himself into even more kind of like a better position. But I'm just assuming he's gonna sack this gate off this cowgirl, so I'm just gonna look dumb when he does it.
Yeah, I think at like 1-2, right, with Torch,
Yeah,
you can expect to have another turn.
I believe
Like
so.
if you're on top of your deck state. So yeah, taking the pants is definitely very safe, right? But you know,
I think it's actually, I guess if you want to call safe, like thinking you're gonna roll any damage.
Jack is a god.
Yeah, I was like, either way, he's
Coco, the
spamming a
white cat,
climax
is
this
stacking
turn,
cards.
right?
I knew it. Ignore everything I said, chat. I'm not this good of a player.
Ooh, very strong, very strong.
The runner, I forget. Is it on attack you shuffle back in, or it's on place?
It is on attack. You shuffle into,
man.
and you gain a soul when you do so.
Yeah. So Vince has like at most 3 climaxes left in his deck, right? So I think we're just gonna see a lot of damage here. I wonder if Vince is just gonna get obliterated.
Yeah.
Um,
I think Vince is level 3 this turn, if I can be quite honest.
It's where that man mode play is going to pay off. Dwarfs a lot of damage.
He's gonna shuffle back in. Oh.
Oh,
I shuffled the triggers
Salt
back
in the
in,
wound.
please. Oh, those aren't triggers.
I don't think he actually has triggers showing though.
I think there was a level 3 goblin slayer.
There was there was a level 3 Goblin Slayer, and that's about it. I think everything else is clean triggers.
puts back Priestess 0 and
The 1/0 counter.
1/0 counter. Yes. Is that the foil art?
Yeah.
Yes.
A little different. Yes. Okay.
Can't wait for my boy Vince to triple cancel this attack.
3 in deck, 3 cancels.
Mm-hmm. But in all honesty, I think Vince is in a lot of trouble here. He's probably
Oh,
gonna make 3-2 after the end of these attacks. Oh, he triggers a gate though.
It's okay, even if he triggers here. Vince is dead. Oh!
Oh,
Vince the mad
Cancel.
lad.
Only the maddest of lads will triple cancel here. Vince knows that triple canceling is the right play, I believe.
Ooh, but he just misplayed by taking the damage.
he ate the
It's all right.
damage.
Damage cry for 3.
Damage
Next
sky
one.
3? Okay.
Grabs a torch from his Goblin Slayer.
Notably, the move torch is still in his clock. He only has access to mill torch.
I'll just go middle, left, right.
trigger here. For 3.
Hmm. No. Oh, that is a trigger.
Yep, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, hits.
Yeah, it's pretty unlucky. Wait, what? Oh, okay. It's dead. It's
Okay. Yeah. 3-0 for Vince.
Is showing out 5, but I think he has a shot in hand because he didn't refresh it. So he still needs to get
Counting out his deck.
Yeah, there should be 2 climaxes I think left in his deck.
I mean, ideally here you clock, draw, lizard, combo summon, right?
Yes, and then you have double dwarf on the board.
Yeah, that is exactly double dwarf.
He has. Oh man, that's tilted. 5. He
Oh,
is
he
not going to be able to.
brainstormed.
He's not going to be able to double dwarf if he makes this play.
Okay. Is that 4 shots in your waiting room?
No, it's 3 of each.
I'm assuming he's going to grab Lizard Bro.
Yeah. Lizard notably giving a summon and a heal for an additional dwarf.
Yeah, and then if he plays down the shot trigger here, also the dwarf will let him draw 2 ditch 1 on play, and he can sequence it in a way where he's going to be able to like ditch any like soul triggers back into his next deck and maybe mill down with the dwarf on the final attack there.
He is showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 shot in hand. With the correct attack order and the draw ditch, he should be able to refresh 7 here. Because he wants the dwarf to cantrip, no matter what, I think. Oh, it just grabs dwarf. Interesting.
Yeah. Maybe he's just going to hold off on the shot trigger this turn.
Oh, he had
No,
the
he-
lizard. Okay.
Huh.
And how big is your cowgirl and your elf?
Both 2-5.
I'm assuming if he's doing this play, I think there might be another dwarf in waiting room, and he's just going to. No. Okay. Huh.
Maybe he isn't going to shot combo this turn.
He's going to hold this turn. All right.
I mean, there's no way he actually kills him from 1-5, right? So,
No, but he's also a level and a half behind.
very true. I think you do play to the sack here, right? Like, you have the ability to refresh 7 with your attack. Or oh, okay, standby was what was in hand.
Grab.
Now
Interestingly,
we
grab,
have the damage cry.
but he puts it on the side of the 1-0 and not. Huh. Okay.
I have 2 gates in the waiting room.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. Ideally, you would like to protect your dwarf since you're already at level 3.
Front here. For 3.
If there is still a climax in deck,
No, it was
go for the 3 and 4, not a climax first here.
Okay. Okay.
He opts to move torch here. All right.
Mill torch.
Yeah, mill torch. Mills 4 clean. What a god.
Damn, very strong.
Grabs a priestess off of this, but he still eats it. Misplay.
Oh, okay. My thing's a little behind. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely no reason for him to actually go for dwarf combo here. He wants to hopefully not die. Damage cry will help him, and then go for it after sticking a little more damage. Thankfully, dwarf is on attack, so priestess will not save Jack from any burns.
Yep.
Triple triggers clean. Very nice.
Yep.
Exactly what Vince wanted here. If there is still a climax in deck.
Jack,
Oh my goodness.
2-6 now. Oh man.
That's a little rough.
This went from heavily in Jack's favor to anyone's game very quickly.
If you're Jack here, what do, right? So you have the early play condition and clock. So you could technically.
Just
Okay,
drop
so
them, yeah.
he's choosing not to clock here. I don't know if this is the best line. I guess. Oh, yeah, his deck is pretty small, so he can probably refresh with this clock impression.
He drew 1 off the priestess here.
Uh,
Is he considering not cantripping?
Draw 2.
Depending on his hand. Okay, no,
I
he doesn't
thought
think
that
he
was
can
a
trip.
pants trigger he just drew there. So
He drew a
yeah.
pants trigger first as well. He drew 2 pants triggers.
Playing always together.
We don't quite have the poker style. We can look at our players' hands, but the unfortunate nature of webcam, sometimes you do see a peek of the draw.
It's off
Does
in the
bond. He already had the pants from long
He
ago,
did
so
for the bond, right?
yeah, he
He
did.
discarded it.
hmm
And
He's
Okay,
gonna
nice.
refresh 7 here.
I'm
Is his
gonna
plan?
Decline to draw. I'll just pitch one.
Yes.
Ooh, no draws off that.
Maybe he thinks it's all clean, so it might be why
He can
he's
confirm priestess, yeah.
Yeah, I think he could at least drew one, right? Because he only needs to confirm 2 of the priestess. He doesn't have triple.
He might be like snake bitten though,
Yeah.
and he would
hmm
make sure all the triggers are clean.
Before they resolve the check.
There's merit to leaving the 3 clean triggers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna refresh with 7 here.
Then when they succeed the check, they gain 1 fireball.
I didn't get a chance to catch exactly how many climaxes.
You have the backup in your waiting room.
I think we'll see, depending on how many triggers.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Based on how he played the turn, I am assuming he is refreshing 7 here. 3 clean triggers.
10,
Oh,
12.
wait, wait, no.
So
Nice, I'll close.
even despite having to pay out all that stock, Jack will have pretty decent compression. Not amazing, but enough. Enough isn't good enough to protect against some dwarves, though.
And climax is in waiting room.
4 standby in 3 slot.
Vince running the Leafa counter,
And card
2-5. I'm looking at the numbers here. 2K to front, 10-5, 12-5.
Yeah, we'll start here.
Lizard Man is at 12, so he can save 1 Leafa counter. Dwarf probably dead.
How many elf archers are you shuffling in with?
How many, sorry?
Level 3 elf archers.
Uh,
If you were gonna play Leafa Punch at any point, it's probably now to not die. So crossing my fingers here. I want to see this dwarf combo go off at least once this tournament. Vince, unfortunately, with a unfortunate set of games last time, didn't get to see any dwarf pop off. So Vince shuffling like mad, knowing that this game is riding on these cancels here.
Okay, we'll do right, central, left.
I can't believe he's just going to die to vanilla swings. It's gonna be very
I hope not.
Oh, cancels off the
Cancels.
It's fine. He's still in lethal range.
3. Active.
so that's now.
Passes the top check. As
So
expected.
here's kind of like the awkward part here. I think the priestess is just straight up over the dwarf, no matter what.
Yes. I
If he
discussed this before, yeah.
It didn't matter because the witch is positioned in a in the different position in the back row.
His only hope to counter over anything here is the lizard with the witch assist can get to I believe 14-5 with the Leafa counter. And if he was going to play the Leafa counter at any point, it would be now.
Yes.
Does that lock him out of anything? No. I don't think that matters. I don't think that matters. I think you do it anyway.
To just save the counter for Lizard.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, that's the only thing that could win a lane. Dwarf could tie at best.
Yeah, but if
And
like saves the counter for the Lizard and he already has the shot in hand, Lizard just summons Dwarf the next turn and he can just go from there.
Mm-hmm. Pretty likely we see the Leafa counter come down if he has it here. Incoming 3. Vince picks up his hand. Will we see it? He does have it. The one counter in Vince's deck.
I'll add and I'll just discard.
Damage scries 1 card.
He is tying though. That's going to be unfortunate.
No, Lizard should be 14-5. Cancels on 1.
Priestess should also be 14-5 though.
Yes.
Because, yeah, 9, 2k from the back row, 1k from the power pump, 15 from passing the top check. Yeah. It'll be 14-5.
Mm-hmm.
I will go left, right, middle.
Okay, damage. Background.
Yep.
And we will not save anything. That's turn.
Jack levels. Clean card.
Let these go.
Refreshing 7.
I think it's fine here either way for Vince. Just because I know he has a dwarf in hand. And
Yes.
he has 6 stock. So if he wanted to, he could drop like Dwarf Musashi this turn and try to kill from here. And if he wanted to be really cute, he could like overplay the 1/0 witch with a free runner or something, so he can shuffle back soul triggers into his deck.
Now is the time to push. So, plays a dwarf.
He's lizard, bro. Okay.
You currently have the -1 soul, right? If you you can't deny it.
What are the numbers here?
Interesting that he's choosing to leave the priestess alive.
Correct. At the start of your attack phase.
Because dwarf does get power whenever you use his climax combo. So you can kill the priestess.
It's a 1 cost to summon dwarf, correct?
And it is a 0 cost to summon
0
dwarf.
cost, yes.
0
Okay.
cost to summon dwarf. So he might just be considering summoning dwarf over in the witch spot also.
I mean, even if he doesn't, this is kind of like lethal, right? Because it's like 3/3 and then ping 4/1. I don't know if he's thinking of that, but he just might be, like you said, summoning another dwarf.
It is a front for 1 in that lane. Chad is correct. That is some good damage manipulation if you're gonna swing these open lanes first.
He's playing over the witch here, I think, right? Or is he opting not to?
If he does, it makes it a swing for 2.
Yeah, he's just opting this. Okay.
Priestess Negsoul 1 actually giving Vince very good numbers here.
Everything -1, so this is directing for 3.
Yes.
So this is a swing for 4. Cancels off.
Cancels.
Okay.
The climaxes are gone. Swing for big now.
This is only for 3.
Cancel on 3. Oh boy.
Ooh.
You can still sack a win here, though. Now is the time. Yeah, there you go. Oh, game 4.
Ooh.
Let's
If
go.
he
Oh.
triggers a soul after this, it is lethal. Oh no. Cancels.
All of it, and unfortunately, that's not going to be enough to close the game. Oh, no. That's a little rough. So that's 3 and a shot trigger. Cancels.
Shot.
takes the shot.
Takes the shot. Hmm.
I think Vince is probably donezo.
He's 5 out.
He's 6 out because he just
6
triggered
out,
the
yes.
shot. Yeah.
Just triggered the shot.
The priestess is dead unless he randomly decides to ask to be able to play a counter. Yeah, the priestess is very dead.
Jack does have the TD Goblin Slayer in hand still,
Yeah.
as far
I
as we
think
are
that-
aware. So this
Yeah.
should be a lock for Jack. Okay, so out 6 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Looks
I
to
believe
be
that's 7 cards.
Yeah.
Jack drop searching here. I wonder what he's looking for. Musashi. Okay.
So he's going to go Musashi in one lane, and he's going to go TD Goblin Slayer in the other, I think.
Yeah, Goblin Slayer's on reverse. More than enough stock.
Yep.
Unless he's thinking of bouncing back row.
I don't think so.
But how dank would that be?
I think that's like game throwing.
Yeah, I mean, your opponent
it's a
is gonna
dank
cancel
play, but I
twice,
think
right?
yeah, it's a dank play, but I don't think that's the winning play.
I mean, ideally, what your Musashi eats both cancels is
Yes, but like, let's say okay, we'll see what he does.
and Jack does get to look at his top card to. Well, no, there's no way to set the Musashi burn. Never mind. What a bad card. Always mills a climax. Very few ways to set a Musashi burn.
Did he not shuffle after the drop search? Is that why he shuffled there?
No, he like went to scry, realized he didn't shuffle,
Okay.
and then shuffled. Just some like weird sequencing.
Okay, yeah, so he is just going to go for this line of play. And then, yeah, Jack should just be very dead here. There's not much he can do at this point.
You mean Vince?
Yes, Vince should be very dead here.
Ooh.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe he just likes having more elf on the board, and I can respect that.
I mean, he can get extra soul off of that, right? So,
Yeah.
if need be.
Is he tying center?
He is currently tying center, yes. So he swings for 2. Vince can't actually interact here. Yeah, he hits a cancel. What does Jack mill here?
Level 0.
Just a level 0. Okay. I still think, yeah, it's still left the- So there is 1 cancel left in his deck.
You go for the TD here every time, right?
Yeah.
Because he cancels and then you burn 2.
Yeah. Well, he gets a soul trigger, so if he cancels on 3 here, he's actually fine. Quote unquote fine. Oh!
Ooh.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
That was his only out to
That
possibly
wasn't only
live.
out, yeah.
He's gonna have to cancel on 1 here.
Okay. Can he do it? Can the mad lad himself do it? Let's find out.
Can our hero live?
See, if he cancels here, he can shuffle in on the last elf to make it for 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. He
Very
would just shove
spooky.
back 2 non-soul triggers in and, yeah, just try to make it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Vince is like Omega dead.
As
but
he quad cancels.
There's
here.
a chance.
You gotta play to your outs. Get some power shuffling in here. Shuffling for his life right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I believe in my deck. You cannot defeat me.
He has the
Cat
strongest
controlling
leaves.
human.
Little bit of mom spaghetti here.
Yeah,
Dropping
it's
some
fine.
cards.
I think he's a little nervous here. That's fine.
Okay, I will take right, left, center.
No reason to be nervous.
Let's see if he can channel Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist powers here. Does
Here
he
we
do
go.
it? Oh!
Broken.
What a strong player!
Thing.
The
Yeah,
Millennium
shuffle
Eye.
back. Yeah, shuffle back 2 non-soul triggers here. Yeah.
Lower a piece.
Yep. 2 clean triggers. Back into the deck.
I can't believe he's going to trigger a soul trigger. And then Vince is
Yeah.
going to cancel on
Yeah.
3. It's going to be very unfortunate.
Please no, not like this.
2, 3.
I'll go middle, right, left.
Okay, over swing.
All right, here we go. Moment of truth time. Okay, for 2.
1.
Can Vince
As
do it?
expected.
Oh,
No, the strongest play. He's so good. This is so hype.
Damn.
Let's
This is-
go.
Wow.
That's the waiting room now.
This guy.
What were the chances of that? I
Ian-
need
Ian,
these
what's the
ENTCG numbers. Where's the
Ian,
stats?
where's the numbers, dude?
I need those stats, man. That is I'm glad we have this game on recording. That's awesome.
Oh my goodness, that's
No clock.
Jack at 3-5.
Is that my preset?
Easy 2-2-2 here.
yep. He's gonna try to confirm a top check first. It's a soul trigger.
It's okay. 3 level zeros.
Yeah.
Shove the one in front of the Musashi.
Yep,
Easy
yep.
play.
Move that to the back row if you can. Yeah, shove the
Mhm.
cowgirl up, play down a 0, and then you're fine.
I'll set both my wrists.
Huh. Okay, that's good. That's actually
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he has multiple chances to confirm the trigger. So he fronts for 2. Does
Cancels.
here we go.
What a strong
A
play.
reverse
These are the
stack.
strongest players.
Here we go.
So there's a standby there.
He sees a trigger.
I'll just trigger
Well,
I
that's
believe that's another trigger. I believe that's the 2-2. He triggers standby.
You got it.
Puts down the dwarf.
fine.
No.
Yeah, it's
Dang,
over.
Holy crap. What was this game?
Dang.
What a game.
To be honest,
That was pretty hype.
Next level.
Oh, whoops.
Next level cancels.
That's the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna need those Ian stats on this game. That is that's crazy.
Oh boy, guys, I have returned.
Dean, you missed the strongest game.
No, I watched it. I was just my internet died, and then I got kicked out of the room. And rather than mess up the stream,
I've got my
Mm.
there. Do you want to just do that?
oh no, I'm back in the room, but the screens are black. I may have to go dark again.
Vince showing us the power of his list.
That was pretty sick. Even though that was one of the sackiest things I've ever seen, that was still pretty sick.
The stars had to align there, right? Like he
Yeah.
had to cancel on 3.
Well,
he had
no,
to
it's
cancel
first
on
like
1.
Jack had to hit a soul trigger. He had to cancel on 3.
Yeah.
And he had to cancel on 2. And yeah, that was. Oh,
I'm sorry, Kit. There we go. Everything's fixed.
Standby shot. Most broken deck. You heard it here first.
My 3, I'm I'll do right center left.
I'll do the same.
Okay, so just to be clear here, Vince did win that last one, correct?
Yes, Vince won.
Good.
It is 1-0 Vince. See if Jack can rally here.
One on the left.
Which is actually pretty insane given like how far behind he was like
Going first again.
at one point, right? Like
Okay.
I think he was like 3-0 to Jack's like 1-4, and then I think Jack just randomly went to
Yes.
2-6.
Yes, Jack went directly to 2-6. Despite being somewhat compressed, not incredibly compressed, but definitely outside of expected variance.
Oh, that's got one. Draw one.
Actually, I'm gonna pitch 4.
Yep.
Pitch these.
Vince only mulliganing one.
You got it.
Did any of you check? I guess Jack is going second here. Okay.
So start. Draw. Clock. Draw 1. Draw 2.
Assuming we will see Vince open with Chaser here,
Direct.
since he, yes, ditched the runner.
I'll play a second one in the back row. Direct.
Throws another one in the back row. Very nasty play.
Yeah.
And standbys the runner.
I'll pass.
This is a little rough.
That's really disgusting. I was going to say, what's better than Chaser plus runner? Double Chaser hit standby with also runner is pretty good. This is next level.
Yep.
Pitch.
Vince exactly 5 cards in hand. Chaser is online.
Pitch.
So unfortunately, Jack actually can't do too much to counter this Chaser. He doesn't run the Chaser himself, and his only out to even like hope to tie at this point would be to like either like crash with the Sword Maiden that gives power on attack, or like hope to trigger an event off of like the Brainstorm.
His only out to this board would be a Sword Maiden, based on his list, would be a Sword Maiden and a Climax to at least clear one of them, or a Sword Maiden and a the back row Priestess, the Bonder,
Okay.
to the Resurrection event. Both of which pretty unlikely.
Like this.
So
Yep.
we'll see how this game goes. This is looking pretty in favor of Vince right now.
Yeah.
That is
Just
a
shields the runner.
extremely powerful.
So Vince is going to be running in front of
Yeah.
both of these, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And
Notably, Vince can order these effects however he wants.
Climax in waiting
Yes.
at the moment, right?
If he wants to possibly leave a card and get Jack to side, he can run the runner. in
Jack
front of
is
the-
not. Well, yeah, he can,
I'll just run like this.
but I don't think Jack would ever side there because the runner and what do you call it?
We'll
All
just-
the other zeros are at 1500 power. Interestingly, he only opts to move 1. I think Vince might be trying to also push himself to level 1. If he's-
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe his hand is sculpted to, like, just based on his opening draws. He's like, okay, these are my level 0s. I have 2 chasers. The rest of my hands are good level 1 cards to play. I want to get to level 1 as well as, at least remove this runner. We'll see.
Center, right, left.
Again, I really wish we had the poker style look at our players' hands here. It's so hard to
1, 2, take.
really get a concrete idea of what's going on here.
Gate. And we'll take back.
Here's a gate. What does he grab?
one piece.
Yep.
This is for 2.
So Cowgirl promo. It seems pretty fine.
Does that telegraph that he's flooded?
Yep. Stand.
I don't think he could have a lot of torches, right?
I don't think so, because he can also just be wanting to get access to his waiting room. Then again, there's not much he would want to salvage from his clock, so yeah, that might actually telegraph he's flooded. a bit.
Yeah, like when I see my opponent like trigger door, grab a Climax Salvager, that's blood in the water, right?
Oh yeah.
That is a strong smell.
I think if Vince has shot here, he moves up the back row chaser and slams shot here like every single time.
Vince getting one of his 2 level 0 stockouts, one of them being drop search, the other being brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice to get that climax out of there. We see this Goblin Slayer move up like almost every time, right?
So your camera just
Yeah, I think so. Jack went dark again,
Sorry.
so we got to give him
Jack
some
has been
time
having
to,
some camera trouble.
Hold
Give him a
on,
minute
Vince.
here.
Let me fix my deck real quick. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke.
That has happened in quite a few of these games. Or it's like people go dark and it's you trust them, but still also like,
I'd be really surprised if Jack was actually doing anything. He already said that it was. What was it? He's like streaming from a GoPro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like doing some trying to do some like weird magic of like streaming from a GoPro.
It should get us back.
Yeah, the GoPro has like a
I'll just go into a 10.
Wi-Fi based
1 for 1.
computer connect thing going on. Wow, only swinging twice here.
Oh, I think he might actually stop after this one.
Jack cancels.
If he stops after this one, I don't know if that's right because he grabbed the cowgirl, what do you call it, salvage? So he could reasonably hope to field like, 2 or 3 attackers.
There's 2 gates in waiting room, right?
So we'll see what Vince does here.
Correct. No, I'm sorry. There's 1 gate, 1 pants.
1 gate, 1 pass. Okay. I'll just pass my turn here.
But like even if he does field 2 or
Ooh,
3
he does
attackers,
pass?
Save.
he does pass. Okay.
it's a powerful play. He's level locked now, right?
He is, but
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. It's like since he kind of telegraphed his hand might be flooded, and since he grabbed the cowgirl, what do you call it? The drop CX or drop torch salvage, he's still gonna be
We'll play another order.
if he wanted to, he could still field 3 attackers this turn.
Draw.
Plays the promo cowgirl.
Gets priestess, drops priestess. Let's see if he tries to dig for another. Has faith that he will hit. What a strong player! He knew it. He had the sixth sense.
Salvage.
He chose not to draw with a cowgirl. Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say just before you, in case you change your deck state.
Easy 5-card brainstorm.
Goblin Slayer is 3K, correct?
so grabs the Rize.
I have exactly 7 in hand.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did he grab the Rize?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just salvage that.
I did not see what he grabbed. My feed went 240p there. Double Rize here.
Okay.
Attack phase.
Yes.
Attack phase.
So interestingly,
Slams.
Order, so
he-
run here.
Jack is only going to be losing his free runner here if he wants to.
And
Yeah.
your
You mean Vince?
order-
Yeah, I keep getting them mixed up. But yeah, Vince is only going to really be losing his free runner because he can move the free runner in front of one of the Rizes and then move the chaser in front of the cowgirl, and the cowgirl is still not over.
Still considering not running the second one.
Okay.
Or chasing, rather.
Start direct.
Yep.
For 4.
He does not. Very interesting.
Well, why would he? He'd be kind of like losing a card there, right? I guess he would only do that if he values.
Oh
the-
yes, it does tie. It does
Yeah.
tie. Yes, I thought that the Rize was 1500.
And Frontier. For 3.
1, 2, 3 sticks as well.
He eats all of this damage so far.
No,
And
Vince,
I'm just 2-5 here.
our hero.
The level lock ended up not working out.
Oh no, he eats all of it.
Is this a repeat of
Oof,
last game?
That's a little rough.
Yeah, this is pretty yikes.
This is flashbacks to game one. Chad is
Well,
correct.
He was hoping with the level lock that his opponent wouldn't be able to field 3 attackers, but
Well, I think that was in general a mistake though, because like even if he grabbed the cowgirl ditch
The double
card.
ditch, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so like he could always reasonably field 3 attackers there.
No clock.
So unfortunately, Vince is a level and a half behind yet again.
Yep.
I'm gonna.
He's been
I'm gonna
here
guess
before.
he probably has a standby in hand. Is he gonna opt to go for dwarf again, or is he gonna get witch this time?
How many climax in waiting room now?
5.
5.
2K to front, no matter what, sounds pretty good right now.
He just goes. Okay.
Oh no.
One's good. I'll throw my effect.
Yep.
Take this.
He's gonna resolve the Rize.
Yep.
And I'll pitch this.
Jack Mill's clean.
What does he ditch? Just a runner. That's fine.
Standby.
2 and a
Hits the standby.
Yep.
Very nice. Considering dwarf.
Bring dwarf bro out. Do it.
Ugly card of punching.
No.
Nah. Oh, he's changing his mind. Oh, what's he gonna get?
We'll just get a witch.
Play the dwarf down.
This is a hard
It's
decision
the-
here.
I think it's actually the wrong play. Okay, yeah, he plays.
Yeah,
the witch.
okay.
He plays it safe. Yeah.
Form the effect.
Cancels.
Cancels off the top. I can't wait for him to mill 3 clean again. I think he just milled 3 clean again.
oh no.
I believe so.
We will just take this and pitch to itself.
It's just a back row.
Yep.
Yeah, that is 3 clean.
Ooh.
Direct.
Yeah, grabs and pitches.
And
back row.
throws it.
That's a clean trigger, and if he has a lot of climaxes, I think he may have 4 left in that deck. He probably just stops here. Yeah, I think that's a climax he just revealed.
I'll call
So I guess he's probably just going to stand by out a dwarf in the front row, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 is good.
The double trigger from Vince. Out 5.
Yeah.
And you.
I think if you had Lizard, you should probably consider standing by out the Lizard instead, just because the Lizard lets you spawn the dwarf on the following turn for free.
Yeah, it's fine. Clock. Okay.
With a lot of cancels and damage cry active.
I think Vince may have actually kind of like slowly got back into this game if he cancels kind of well here, just because right now he's what do you call it? Jack is pretty much just guaranteed to lose 2 lanes, one due to the Suicider and one due to the dwarf. So
Yeah. Depends on how this turn goes for Vince here. It is in his favor to... what is it, 3 in deck now? That is a chunky deck.
But never forget, you just have to cancel.
And we'll take this.
You do just have to cancel. And you do have damage cry to help you just cancel.
Well, I mean, damage cry comes a little too late, right? Usually it just top checks a climax, and you're very sad. if you
True.
put that card in your deck.
But if it can help him at least double cancel and stay at 2 this turn, I think that's all he's looking to do here.
And
I think it's pretty safe to assume he does not have standby in hand. If he has anything in hand, it's a shot.
Yeah.
play this.
He put so much thought into what he standbyed out when he triggered there. I don't think that was in his head.
Yeah,
When he went to attack
he does
phase.
not have standby. What does he search for here with Priestess? Just another Goblin Slayer. Okay.
Triple combo, boys.
I don't know if that's like
I've only
the
got 4 cards,
best.
so I do 2 and 2.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll just do middle, left, right. Just do left and right. Left over the right one.
Okay, left over right. And I'll
What
point
does
my
triple
card.
combo get for you this turn, where you had to like drop search for it?
Well, not only did you drop search for it, you're losing 2 lanes here.
Yeah, you're losing 2 lanes no matter what. Yeah, but so that's what I'm trying to figure out. Why would you?
Unless you're going to
Ooh.
side the witch.
Climax phase.
Yep.
Okay. Start front.
Are you
I
asking
think
why did
you
he
do
triple
side the witch
combo?
here.
Well, like he's losing 2 lanes anyway.
Yeah,
Why would
I don't think he cares.
Why would he burn stock there?
To get an extra card back. I mean, I think it seems fine.
Eh.
Keep it on top.
Oh, see, look at that. Scry's a climax every time.
Leaves it.
Side here.
Oh yeah, now he gets the side.
Yeah, now he gets the side. Okay.
Salvage.
Yep.
Unless this is the ultimate debate.
Yep. 1. I'll cancel.
The next level.
Yeah.
And I will front salvage.
It's like 25th level Yomi. Leave it on top.
I know you're in here. Where are you? There you are.
Yep.
4.
1.
I don't know if grabbing the move torch there is a good idea. It's
I'm gonna be very worried.
don't think he's
He
ever winning
triggered.
board anymore.
Oh, wait. He grabbed Force Torch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Draw for turn.
Hmm.
He may have had that may have been his only option.
Well, I think going back to the side thing, I think even with just double combo, even if you didn't drop search for triple there, you side there every single time. Like if it's his depending on his deck state, right? If he wants to play torches here.
I'm assuming Vince does have 1 climax in waiting room since he has 4 shots.
We're still seeing clock draws this late and this far behind.
Huh.
It's like every one of those is like it's pretty awful right now, right?
Yeah, mainly because he's not going to be able to get a way to push more damage because all of his shots are already out.
Okay.
Search 1.
We're seeing a drop search.
Drop searches.
Was there a priestess?
Will we see Vince pay that next stop to get that other standby out?
I'll just do the same as you.
Right, left.
Right, then left. Now then, scry. Interesting. How many cards left in there?
1.
1?
Is that a standby? He's thinking an awfully long time on this particular trigger. Okay,
Does
moves it
opt
to the
to move
bottom.
it.
Screw it, let's just put it on top. Let's leave it on top.
And then
No,
changes.
puts it back.
Okay. Hmm. So okay, so he had the standby in hand then. Okay, that's fine.
Stand by in the front row. What? What?
Dwarf here.
It's the
No,
exact opposite.
no. It's fine because he has the brainstorm.
Dwarf, and then
The brainstorm in the back can bounce back and stand
Oh,
pay
okay.
out the other climax.
Yeah, very
That's
nice.
totally fine. Yeah.
and I'll go into attacks.
I'm so curious why he didn't do it in front of the Goblin Slayer. That seems like a mistake.
Front.
Unless he just really wanted to maintain the board with his dwarfs being at a 12k.
Well, yeah. I mean, he wants to be able to protect the dwarfs, right? Because his goal is going to be next turn to like somehow
Yeah.
kill Jack.
Well, I don't think he's killing Jack the next turn.
6, 7.
Look.
I don't.
Do
actually
you really?
think that's-
Does it really look like Vince is going to have like 2 to 3 more turn cycles?
Did you see last game?
Look, you may be right. However,
No.
I still think you need to set up in case you can try to sack, right? Like,
How many?
what happens if Jack randomly eats like 7 damage here, right? Then it's looking pretty easy.
I mean, this does.
Well, no,
turn
it's
off
actually
the
not.
torch.
This Jack is so far ahead right now.
This drags
Perfect. Oh, good. Yeah.
this drags Witch to front row.
It doesn't initially. Because I believe he sided there because he left a soul trigger on top. So
Oh,
if Jack wanted to kill Witch, what he would need to do at this point, if he hits level 2, is to play the move torch, move the 1-0 to the back. Oh no, he bombed it. Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought he sided there, but all right.
Front. 2. 2.
Torch.
That Witch is providing damage scry, right?
Yes.
So like, does he have to 3-stock it? Does he just like lose the damage scry? Like, what's going on?
Well, it no. So it still might be okay. Okay, it might no longer be okay. Because to play the move torch, you do need to have a Goblin Slayer on the field.
3.
And his only targets for the Goblin Slayer, I believe, are the Rize and the 1-0.
Cancel.
Hmm.
And I'll
Outside of the early play, he also runs.
No saves.
Cancels.
Ready?
Oh, you hate to see it.
Yeah.
You hate to see it. Oh, Vince is being done dirty. Jack is just gonna clock draw and then pull up that because how big is Witch? It's like it's pretty
He's
tiny,
only
right?
4 or 5 on defense.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He has to have another Goblin Slayer.
I mean, he can't
He
kill the dwarfs. Isn't that
He does
like
have a
what's
Goblin
something?
Slayer on the or in his hand because the Rize counts as a Goblin Slayer.
I mean, but like he's not able to kill the dwarfs, which I guess is like
Yeah.
a
So he's
small
gonna
consolation prize.
Yeah, he's gonna keep the dwarfs around.
Yep.
I think the most disgusting thing he could do here is like early play the Goblin Slayer,
Hit 2, so I
but he would need a full field to do that.
That he just hit 2 on a brainstorm. Don't worry.
Oh my. Okay. Okay.
And this.
So yeah, that Witch is actually like the most deadest thing currently on this
Mhm.
board, on this field. Yeah.
Removing that is so ridiculously crippling right now.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Like removes Vince's ability to
Try to stabilize. That.
sustain and get back in this game.
won't be able to calculate.
The what?
The 2 cards that you salvaged one was the level 0 calculate, and what was the second one?
The level 1 Goblin Slayer.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, all good. Sorry, I couldn't quite see.
Don't worry. Fine, my lead. Play an order.
So how's Jack gonna sequence this?
Pitch.
Gups Cowgirl first. Oh, that's a pretty good card.
Pitch this.
Actually, no, that's pretty bad. Jack's gonna be hit to level 3 this turn, easy.
Play that.
Yep. I'm assuming he's just gonna play the move torch here and probably just slam CX and go. He's gonna play the move torch here, right?
Please play the move torch.
But what if he doesn't?
He's gonna play the move
Oh, he
torch
does.
here, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Drag Witch. Good shit.
So Vince is just crippled now, right? Like just for the remainder of the game, for the most part.
Well, it depends. If Vince has the Leafa counter, he's going to be able to keep the witch alive.
Refreshing with 8.
So if he does have the Leafa counter, this is probably incorrect sequencing. Oh no. The Leafa counter is in his clock. Okay, yeah, he doesn't even have to worry about it.
Vince is refreshing 8, so this is pretty powerful, I guess. I mean, consolation prizes, right?
Sure.
I mean, like maybe you have a chance to scum a turn of cancels if you move the dwarfs in the back row and field like just garbage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it still might be okay because he still gets the scries for this turn.
I mean, all he has to do is hit a standby next turn during the attack.
Yeah.
Easy.
Either hit a standby or draw a standby. Vince is shuffling for his life again, just like he did the previous game. He's got to get
He's
those.
got to make sure he's got
cancels.
the good shuffle, right? Can't have the bad shuffle.
Okay, we'll do left, center, right.
Left, center, right. So take 1, refresh.
We see a climax
refresh.
refresh. That's like the death toll.
Oh
This has
no!
already been a rough game.
And we will front the witch.
Damage cries.
Yes.
The witch dies.
Yep. Okay.
I was about to say,
that's
please.
a little yikes. Yeah.
And
It sucks that you have to put a
Good.
soul trigger in there, but that could have been crippling if he didn't.
Oh no!
draw
Did he
yellow.
forget to scry? He forgot to scry.
That was his refresh damage.
No, because he just.
No.
did
Oh no!
Thorn.
Yeah, he did forget.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
scry.
he forgot to scry.
That's really bad.
F.
Yeah, I forgot to scry.
It's so sad he drew a climax.
we will just side for nothing. Nothing.
Wait, what?
Wait, what's happening?
He sided for nothing?
What?
Dice, stand,
What?
draw.
What?
Yeah. What's the problem?
Oh
He
no!
took-
Wait, what's happening? I don't know.
Why?
Oh no! Why is there a clock draw? You're supposed to be scumming cancels now. You can't kill this guy. He's 2-0. Are we gonna see double dwarf? Wait. Yeah, this guy. Wait, this guy can left dwarf 2 reverses.
No. He still might be okay. If he's
Yeah, do
clocked,
double-
he can also just play Lizard Priest to heal down if he wants to.
No, double dwarf is about to stick 14 damage.
He can't double dwarf this turn unless he overplays a priestess and the priestess hits on a mill.
What?
Dwarf costs 4. He's at 5, and a dwarf is on attack.
Oh.
So he would need to hit a priestess mill. He would need to play a priestess, level 0, overplay the priestess, hit it to go to stock. Okay, yeah, he's just gonna play Lizard Priest, heal down. Yeah. He might consider. I think he has another dwarf in. Yeah, he does have another dwarf in waiting room, so he might consider playing shot. Oh, not shot. But if he does play shot, he's probably just gonna summon out another.
Yeah,
dwarf.
move the dwarf to the back row.
So I think this kind of almost telegraphs he's about to play shot here.
Is shot here like good? I mean,
Shot
this is-
doesn't do anything for
He
him.
moves both to the back row. Okay.
yeah, I think you'd want to shove both of the dwarfs in the back row and field garbage, right?
I guess is your line here to just scum a turn of cancels.
Isn't that you're out? I'm not sure.
I suppose.
Oh no, here comes the shot anyway.
Oh,
No, it's a
Standby. Okay.
standby. So he's just standbying out a witch. That's still fine. No, he's gonna stand by out dwarf. I think he's doing math. So he has double dwarf in the back row. So okay, yeah. So even if he loses his board, on the back swing with double dwarf in the Lizard
Oh,
Priest.
okay.
So that no. I understand. Okay,
It's
so
the
if he gets
same,
a
right?
shot trigger- yeah.
Here
The lizard, the priest can summon out the dwarf after that. That looks like the type of guy who just revealed a climax off of his first witch top check.
Check 2. I'll just trigger my shots. 3 shot.
Yep.
2, 3. Good.
And then Jack played around the shot by eating a swing for 3. That is
Yep.
to be expected.
Cool.
For 2.
However, he's probably going to cancel these next 2 swings.
Might be considering doing a mill torch here.
Oh,
Nah, he's just gonna man mode this.
oh no. Is Vince going to triple cancel next turn?
It's gonna be very unfortunate.
He can't do it again. No more
Yeah.
God cancels.
He can. Oh no. Okay, he cancels on 2 there.
I mean, he's got what, like, probably 4 in deck? Because, like, the lizard,
Your character's
doesn't that lizard, like, signify, like, hey, I have a shot in hand, and I have to seal the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's technically out 4. Unless the Mad Lad legitimately just said, I'm going to clock draw on the shot after triple canceling. Double canceling. He only has to double cancel. No, he only has to single cancel, right? Because, like, Jack can only neg soul him. But that's, like, not enough.
Okay. Is he just gonna commit to a field of priestess?
I mean, probably right. It makes it so that. Yeah, Jack counting a stock here.
I think he might be just checking to see if he can like do this brainstorm before having to drop this priestess field and like decompose himself.
Plays the 2-1.
Hmm.
I mean, if Vince has triple Priestess dropped on him, does he really care?
If he does that, at that point, he's just going to be committed to the probably just dwarf pings.
Yeah, the dwarf pings could, like, just straight kill Jack through the Priestess, right?
Yes.
And then it's like not only that, but like even if he gets triple Priestess, like what, you just have to scum soul triggers on top of your mills, and then that's like extra burn ones.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. The and if he double Priestess, then it's like he's just actually dead, right? Like you have to triple Priestess pretty much.
Yeah, I think if you're dropping priestess here, you're committed to triple priestess.
So like, would you even drop Priestess here at all then? Because like,
I don't know, because now he's also not going to be able to confirm his top checks.
Yeah, I was just about to say he's
typically,
going to
like,
yeah,
refresh.
because he's
He's going to be in a quote-unquote compressed deck state to where priestess might be favored to hit at climax, and he doesn't want, like, he shouldn't be wanting to, like, give his opponent exact numbers there.
yeah, like he's kind of compressed, so it's pretty favor that he whiffs at least one of these Priestess, right?
Yeah.
So like, if he triple Priestess and then like whiffs one top check, he's just instantly dead. It's pretty sad. Okay, he's just milling his entire deck, which I'm not too much of a fan of.
That's a level 3.
Grabs Sword Maiden.
Oh, he
Okay.
lost 2 climaxes.
Yeah.
Brainstorm?
Okay.
Now he's brainstorming. Okay.
Hit 2, salvage 2.
Hits
Okay,
2.
he's out of climaxes.
Is he just gonna like try to gets Cowgirl? Okay. I'm not seeing the line.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
Okay, he grabs the Cowgirl, draw X, and then he grabs a Musashi.
No, we'll take this.
Never mind.
He doesn't take the Musashi.
He chooses not to take the Musashi. Interesting.
By this top check.
May have chosen not to grab the Musashi because he can't actually play it this turn.
Grabs another priestess.
He does grab another priestess.
He doesn't really have the stock for them. I mean, he technically does, but like, I'm getting a lot of mixed signals from like the cards he's adding.
See what that card is.
This is Burden by Fate Goblin Slayer. This is the early play for Lord Enter here.
He's just telling him that that's the early play Goblin Slayer.
Roll 2. Pitch 1. Step.
So he has to triple priestess here, right?
Yeah.
There's no way he doesn't.
Yeah, he's gonna ditch.
Yeah, he's gonna
grab
ditch.
it.
Okay, yeah, ditch and grab it. Okay.
Yeah.
What? What's this?
Jack has gone through a lot of cards this turn.
He's gonna be very close to refresh, and I think he's out a decent amount of climaxes too
With
already.
4 engrave.
So this is
Um,
actually, I would, if he even whiffs one of these, I think that's a death sentence.
Yeah,
it
the fact
is.
that the
That's why
dwarves would
I
swing for
think
1.
this is like this is a pretty spooky play.
Cancels. Okay.
That's
now
all he
that
needed, right? Like,
Yeah,
that you
and
can't
he
get lethal.
canceled on the standby, so even if he doesn't have a shot, like that lets him, like, it increases the chance he draws into it.
Jack
Passes
hits
there.
2.
Oh no! Soul Trigger kills Vince right now. Please no, not like this.
That would be a little unfortunate. Oh, passes everything. What a god.
Cancels.
Vince got the cancel. That means he can clock draw to find what he needs, and he's also allowed to mill his deck, right?
Yeah.
Because he would have otherwise possibly been locked out of the dwarf top end because of the mill, right?
12-5. This is 10.
Say that again, dude.
He would have possibly been locked out of the dwarf top end because of the mill. Like if he would have ate us like a swing and been put to 3-6.
Yeah, if he was put to 3/6, there was no way he could do double dwarf top end. He would just be out of cards at that point, and he would die.
Oh no, that kind of
That
signifies he
signifies he
doesn't have the shot.
doesn't have it. Yeah. Well, he's pushing up his back row.
Here it comes.
Does he have it?
You just slam the shot.
Well, he might not have the shot is the problem.
No, that's impossible.
The way
Okay.
he's played has made us think he
Well-
has the shot.
If he clock drew, that means he's searching for it.
He could just want more hand.
Why?
Level 0.
Look.
He's okay.
Give this plus 2k.
Gives power to the dwarf. Is he just gonna pay 2 refresh here? No, he's not. Okay, that's fine.
So sorry, can you say the one the one that's in front of you?
So if he does this, that means he's going to be attacking with Lizard Bro first before he does any dwarf plays, right? Yeah, since that's not a soul trigger.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is just 10-5.
That's if he actually has the shot, which I'm not fully convinced that he does.
Puts the dwarf on top, man. I think he's got it.
He does have it.
Okay, well,
Oh, he's just going to draw it. That's fine. That's fine. He opts to draw another one. Okay, that's
Ditch the climax.
that climax had a soul trigger.
yeah. That's
How did
why
he
I was a
misplay like
little.
that?
Well, with
Yeah.
5 cards in deck here, he does have perfect information as to what is here. So
Reveal 5, so all of these. So that's for 3. 3 pink ones.
He has
Go.
1,
Jack's actually dead.
3 pings. That's pretty rough.
Refresh.
I mean, Jack like hit 2 off of a brain. Like Jack lost so many climaxes last
Yeah.
time.
yeah, he dug so hard to be able to triple priestess there. This is. I don't want to say it's game over because we saw last game.
I do actually
But-
think this is game over because Vince also has a lot of like soul triggers running back. So I feel like he's just going to be going for a lot of pings here. I can hear the I can hear the bells in the background.
It's the long shuffle.
Holy
You
the
have to make sure the
We're at that point. Bring out your dead. Bring
The
out
mask
your
is
dead.
back. Coming.
It's okay. Little did we know, Jack actually sent Cocoa to Vince's house in Australia to jump on his mat and disrupt the game state.
Oh no.
Game loss.
To
Coco.
cause a game loss.
Coco double.
Oh, he
game.
refreshed not a climax.
For one.
Oh, and he got the soul
And
trigger.
he got a soul trigger, so that's for one. That's pretty. Oh, that's so yikes.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
disgusting.
no!
For zero.
Okay,
This
he
is
didn't get a
really
soul
awful.
trigger. Now he's
No,
got to get
nothing.
3 damage here, right?
0 pings. 0. Oh no.
Oh
No.
no!
A lot of
5?
A lot of pings. This man is actually
Oh.
better than dead.
1, 2.
3, yeah, he's
Oh my
I think he only had 2 climaxes left in his deck after that.
That was
That was
Those were games.
Holy
Interesting.
crap.
Vince proving he has the most hype deck in this tournament.
I'm just all right. Someone want to jump in there and talk to him a bit?
I think that's for you, Kit.
What, me, dude? I'm over here manning the.
You're the mild-mannered
station.
individual. I think you're the best to talk about this.
Dude, I don't even know what to talk
Yeah.
about.
That was a very awkward game near the end there. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
All right,
Trigger there.
guys. That game was ridiculous. Holy crap. Well, congratulations, Vince, for surviving. Sorry, Jack, but I guess this is where you go home.
This is where I go home. I'm already here.
Oh, dang. Nice. So I think the first thing is, why didn't you tag Coco in for the second game? I feel like should have tagged him in because you guys signed up as a pair, right?
Unfortunately, she does a lot of zone violation. I think I would have gotten a game loss.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Unfortunate.
Coco
was-
is my cat.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's a Weiss
okay.
cat. He trained his cat to play Weiss and appears in all his videos.
Went easy
Oh,
on me.
man. So, Jack, how do you feel about those games? Those games are so crazy. Like, did you ever feel like you were in a demanding lead for quite a while, and then just kind of like everything like fell apart there for you, or what?
Jesh versus Connor. That's gonna be a hype game.
Well, at the beginning of game 2, just because it's very fresh in my memory, I stayed a very low level for way too long, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent a lot of my resources just trying to refresh because I was out a lot. And then being stuck at 1 when you had dwarves on the board is really awful because I know that even with a move torch, I can't prevent a double dwarf turn.
Mm-hmm.
So the only choice I have there against that, honestly, in that position is the triple priestess, which luckily I got off. But the 5 mil is a big oof. That's a really big oof because that was exact. I would have lived at 3/6, and I had the sword main at hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you had 2 left in there, right? So that was
Yeah, it would've been
unfortunate.
fine. Honestly, I feel like the first game, again, little awkward. I felt pretty in control, but then, of course, canceling off the top. But, that's the game.
Yeah.
Sometimes I cancel off the top.
Yeah, for sure. Man. All right, Vince, how'd you feel
I
about
do
those
have a
games?
question
Oh,
for you, Jack.
Sure.
Is there any reason you sided Vince's priestesses in the first game? You let those things like live on board for a couple turns.
I did. Honestly, I don't think I can prevent him from having a full hand. That's 1. 2, if they go to graveyard before his turn, he can use the stock on his turn. I just don't really want to see that. It gives him more standby targets on his first deck, which I don't want to see, so I don't see any reason to let him live. Or let him die, I guess.
Did that answer your question, Nico? You kind of.
I still don't agree with it, but I suppose.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Vince, you survive. How you feeling?
Yeah, I mean the first game was kind of stressful. Like I was a little bit awkward. I think there was at one point where I only had like 2 climaxes or something, and I was expecting to cancel. Then I got pushed like pretty heavily. It's also the same in game 2. Like I thought I could have canceled, but I get pushed kind of like high, like very high, like high level 1 or like mid level 2 or something like that. So it kind of got awkward, but like I don't mind being pushed early as long as I can somewhat stabilize. So like I can call out my more ideal standby targets. But it did get a little dicey at some points of the game because I couldn't kill his board. I realized that I was really indecisive about that lane when I beat his priestess just barely by 500 power because I was thinking whether to keep the 1-0 scry to possibly do lethal, and then I mean looking back now it didn't matter because like he cancelled that attack anyways, like the ping ones in my second dwarf, so it didn't matter in that much. But I was thinking whether if it was lethal that would have been more important, but if it was, and I should have moved my back row witch just to make sure it definitely beat the priestess.
Yeah.
But I think everything else was kind of okay. Like I drew a couple standby quite often, but at least I wasn't like clogged in my hand, so I could at least tempo out a couple climaxes per turn.
Yeah, man. Yeah, those games were crazy. Like you said, like game 1 and game 2, they were both like kind of the same exact game where you just take a big chunks of damages and you're put into like really awkward positions. But you know, as standby, you know, at least if you get hit into level 2, you can start slamming level 3s on the board and stuff like that.
Exactly. Like it's like my biggest standby swing anyway, so it's like the best case.
Yeah, and then also in game 2, did you forget that he salvaged the move torch when you crashed your level 1 bomb?
I remember like have him pulling it up, but my logic was like, I mean, obviously it would have been better if I left it empty, but I wanted him to not get. I don't want him to keep the character on board in case he was to combo again, because like from the position that I saw, I don't remember, but I remember like he possibly could have lived. So if he lived, then he can just field 3 vanilla attackers attack me again and kind of just sit there again. And I was like, I don't mind him pulling it up, because if he pulls it up, then it means that that's one less event for me to deal with pulling up my dwarf, which is more important than my actual scry.
Okay.
Like the scry is just an extra effect. Like I didn't mind him playing it, and it also meant he had to play a new Goblin Slayer from hand after just killing it. So that event you can only play if you have a Goblin Slayer on board anyway. So I kind of wanted to see him play that on top of calling it out in order to use the event.
Okay, I see. All right, I think that is it. I guess, do you guys have any last shout outs? I'll let Jack take the floor first.
I don't have too many shout outs. I just want to say thank you for the invite. That was a great set of games. I enjoyed that.
Awesome, yeah. And then Vince?
Yeah, I say the same. Thanks for the invite, and just like the people that I played with between Good Games Chatswood and Good Games Central, and that's about it. And thanks for letting me get some cards before playing this tournament.
Awesome.
I suppose since we're not streaming this, I keep forgetting I'm like not even on my channel. Do you mind if I do a shout out?
Yeah, go ahead.
I do run a Weiss Schwarz channel. It's called 36 Cancel, all spelled out, no numbers. Go ahead, check it out. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to like my videos. I'm not monetized, but I try to make some content around Weiss Schwarz. So if you're hungry for that, give us a visit.
Yeah, awesome. You guys definitely go check it out. His his channel has a lot of really good, nice polished videos, and he does put a lot of effort into his videos. And I mean, his subscriber count keeps going up, so obviously he's doing God's work here.
Effort, air quotes.
All right, guys, I think that's it. So the next game is actually coming up on. What?
I already linked it in the chat.
Okay, yeah.
It's going to be on Strictly Broken in about 25 minutes.
Okay, yeah. So check out Strictly Broken.
Forward to watching that.
Yep, it's going to be.
I'm still hoping to find out the answers to my question. I don't know who Jesh is, why people wish to have sex with him, but I hope one day I can get an answer to my questions.
I guess you got to tune in. Maybe you'll find out. With that being said, guys, we'll see you guys later.